this is very interesting, because when you study the history of philosophy, it seems like certain thinkers show up with some suggestions that the utility of that suggestion at that time was very much needed for making something work out, right? It sometimes, maybe it's just something, maybe it's not true, maybe I'm just noticing something that's not there. But if sometimes it feels to me, which is not a good way of measuring what is true, I'm just telling you what it felt like to me, okay? I'm not saying this is true. Sometimes it feels to me that what was suggested at that time was so needed that if that person did not, if Thomas Aquinas did not say it, somebody else would have. Like, it was so needed, right? So let me actually, this is probably not true. I know it feels like that, but it's not true, okay? But what I'm saying is, like, Christianity was a religion that didn't have a natural philosophy, a philosophy of explaining how things are, right? And the problem with that was Christianity was mostly, by that time, a Roman invention, okay? So Christianity used to be a Jewish cult, but eventually the Roman Empire took it over and, like, this is ours now, we're going to make it our branding. And they basically made it a completely, no, well, not completely, they made it a new thing beyond what that original Jewish cult was, okay? And for many years, this branding lacked what the Roman Empire's previous ideologies had very strongly, right? Which is a philosophy of a very advanced, maybe I'm not, by advanced I don't mean correct, but a very advanced, nuanced philosophy of how things are, right? How the world operates. And Christianity was like, did not have that, right? And they needed something. You could read the New Testament, you could read the Old Testament. People think, like, the creation of Adam and Eve and all that stuff, that's like a natural philosophy. That's nothing, right? That's just like, that doesn't, like, if you look at actual like Greek philosophy and Roman philosophy, about them coming up with, like, this is the nature of truth and knowledge and virtue and morality and ethics, they were like obsessive with, like, this is where everything comes from, right? And Christianity had none of that. And the Romans, like, we be Romans, we need detail. Right? Like, this is like, what is this stuff, right? I mean, Roman, like, Europe as a whole at that time, right? But everything was under a Hellenistic influence by that time, right? Like, everybody, like, you don't, not just Romans, but like the world was now familiar with what it's like to have an explanation for everything, right? Very few, I'm not saying true explanations. I'm just saying, like, just explanations, right? And Christianity was like, yeah, like Christianity was like, what is the, if you go to Christianity, the New Testament, and like, what is the essence of things? What is the nature of reality? What is, if things are the way they are, or are they, like, is there something behind? Like, Christianity was like, I don't know what New Testament is like. What is it? Why are you asking me this question? I have talking snakes, right? You want talking snakes? I have talking snakes. But Thomas Aquinas came along. I was like, well, what if I take the New Testament, and then I, like, take Aristotelian philosophy, and I go like, whoop, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, this is New Testament. It doesn't have anything when it comes to philosophy of the world, and this is Aristotelian logic, and I could just go like, right? So, and then we had scholasticism. Yeah, is that how you say it? Yeah. But this is interesting because a lot of people, like, for example, so now all of a sudden we have a new Christianity evolved into a new thing, like all the Aristotelian things, philosophy, the nature of the world, all of a sudden now is part of Christianity. Okay, so Aristotle become Aristotelian natural philosophy and all other philosophy became a major part of Christian religion. Interestingly, Aristotelian and Neoplatonic philosophy was also hijacked by Muslims as well, and became a major part of Islam as well. So, because it's interesting, because a lot of right-leaning people were like, the superiority of a lot of atheist right-wingers want to say that the reason why Christianity is responsible for the advancement of Western countries is because it had that Hellenistic philosophy and culture in it, not because of Christianity itself, because Christianity is a Middle Eastern thing, but because it got mixed with all this Hellenistic stuff. That's why the Western society, the West, was saved by Christianity. And that's why Christianity, for example, is better than like Islam or something like that. It has that, and Islam doesn't, which is wrong, because Islam also went and go like, hey, we like Aristotle and we like Plato, let's mix that with Islam. So Islam also did that. So that's not true. Anyways, this is why when Bruno was burned at the stake, when Galileo was like, the Catholic Church was like, you better shut up, and all that other, like all these other new scientific discoveries where the church didn't like. This is what a lot of people don't understand. It wasn't because it was against anything in the New Testament. Okay, the church at the time was Aristotelian, right? And the scientific revolution was not challenging the New Testament. It was because of Thomas Aquinas that the church now accepted the philosophy of Aristotle, and the scientific revolution was challenging Aristotle. It wasn't challenging the New Testament, but the branding of the church was now Aristotelian philosophy. So to challenge Aristotelian philosophy was to challenge the church. So it's very interesting that heresy by the church was questioning Aristotle's philosophy. Heresy by a pagan and non-Christian, pre-Christian pagan philosophy was now heresy, considered heresy. Like, do people know that when the church was basically attacking Galileo and Bruno and all these other new models that are coming, do you guys know that this was nothing in contradiction to the New Testament? This is all Aristotle, right?
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.